YouTube. Yeah, buddy. Thanks, y'all, for showing up early. Truly appreciated. We kind of alluded to this in our short snippet live stream. What you see in front of you is the agenda for tonight. There are multiple beers on tap. We were really looking to go with the clown shoes and the clown shoes over here, pecan pie porter. So we have a couple that we have done in hopes to encourage the clownness. That's the lovely wife that's showing up to do this. Yeah, clown, 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 baby, for sure. We really hope to just hit a visual and perfect timing is right. And then I don't have to worry about contacting the breeder to work anything out. So this is the beer that's on tap. I can tell you, aside from this one, which I've had before, I have sampled all three of those other ones. So very excited. And as promised, we were going to get started early today and kind of show you, or AKA unbox, the massive purchase. This animal is a record for us. This is the most money that's ever been spent out of this breeding house for one particular animal. So we are very excited to show that to you. He is in quarantine currently, so we are going to follow Matt Thomas. We're going to go over and take a look at that. And then we're going to come back, and the lovely Lisa is here, or AKA Aniston, is going to help us tonight. So we're going to go take a look at, oh yeah, and look who showed up, decided to pull on the purple. Yep. Yeah, he's got the fro under wraps. You can see the little cap on there holding it all down. It's in the back though. Yeah, that's some hat head right there, baby. Woo, hat head, here we go. We're going to go take a look at this animal. And this is our quarantine side. Nothing fancy over here, very spark, if you will. This is the guy that you guys have seen on pictures. This is the Asphalt 66 het pied, but with all the markers and the color and everything else, definitely a pied. And I'm pretty confident he will prove out. And then over here, what is that? What?
From the one and only.
The man, Aussie Boys. Yeah, and as you could have guessed, dropped some coin on that right there. And let's take a look at what you got, dude. Let's look at that face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, super happy.
And big shout out to Ozzy anyway. Thanks for the shirt. And
yeah, super
thanks
shirt.
for this awesome animal.
And like the video at Tinley, every time Ozzy is always willing to jump in front of the camera, explain what he's got on a table, whether it's holdbacks, what he's got available. The dude is super easy to talk to, very happy to share any and all information, doesn't keep anything under wraps, at least that I can tell. But we're going to take a look at, Ozzy Boyd's animal, the first 100% Ozzy Boyd
Snake.
Woo,
look at this.
It may not look like much, and you're saying, oh, that's a caramel albino, Jim. And we're saying, like, oh, hell no, not caramel albino.
This, everyone, is a pastel. No, correction. I'm thinking pastel.
Pastel? What, dude?
Sorry, it's an Orange Dream Banana 100% het for puzzle.
Oh, mamacita. What's going on, Leon? Welcome to the show. And what you guys see here, again, color... Not quite represented, but like looks so good. This is an Orange Dream from the man, banana, het for puzzle. So the puzzle stuff coming out this coming season is going to be nuts. This guy came in today. What's so exciting about this guy is, well, obviously the size. You can see that.
He is huge. And
he's a monster. He was popped today and
has sperm plugs.
He's got plugs, baby. So we're going to do the quarantine process here. He'll be ready to rock and roll this season. And we have a het puzzle and a pastel lesser het puzzle to see this gentleman. So yeah, we're talking some serious business right here. So I guess the best we can do across the season will be a pastel banana orange dream lesser puzzle.
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
Dude, that's crazy. So yeah, super excited. Can't wait to get through this, quarantine process and get this boy started.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, it looks
Can't
real
wait.
good. And again, over here is our quarantine area. Yeah, I agree, Grace. Definitely a mouthful. We don't do much over here. This is mostly just storage. I keep my camera gear over here, odds and ends that we need. We clean like all our bins and stuff, and they hang out over here until we need them. You see there's some water bowls and different things over there, and then the snakes that are in quarantine. So very, very, very excited for this gentleman to be here. And once he gets out of quarantine to get working. You know what, dude? I forgot to bring up the snake, the eggs.
Yeah, I was telling Dan that. I was like, he got so excited he forgot the most important thing.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to. Well, yeah, that may be a little bit of the thing too. Thanks for pointing that out and making everybody completely aware of the alcohol I've been drinking today. That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
My wife loves me.
I
She
do.
likes to call me out on all these videos. She's
Perfect.
just beautiful. Beautiful. So Matt's washing his hands. He's doing the cleaning thing, so we can come back over into this side and touch and do whatever we need to do. Once he gets here, he's going to take over the camera. I'm going to run down and grab the snakes. As we've mentioned before, our incubator is in the basement. I used to keep it upstairs when we were doing dragons and ball pythons, and we found that the temperatures up here kind of get elevated, and it will literally skyrocket the temps in the incubator, and we'll be looking at like 92s, 94s. So we kept everything down in the basement where this, like in the, I guess the worst of winter or summer rather, sorry, is about 75. So that, that thermostat, those heat tapes are always working to get up to temp.
Go get your eggs.
Oh, you're gonna go get my eggs.
I'll go
Okay, so correction. We'll give you something good to look at because I'm not really something good to look at. No, definitely not. You know what we can do? We can flip this around. What's up, Mark? Welcome. I'm going to grab a couple things out of the hatchling rack and let you guys take a look at. We're going to be putting together a couple of videos of kind of...
Do you want to give a quick recap on the giveaway when it comes to the difference if their YouTube name and Facebook name doesn't match? Is there any problem with that?
I've planned to do a fair bit of research if needed to figure out who's what when it comes down to the winner. So I won't necessarily have to look at everybody, if you will. So what we'll do when the time comes, we'll run the, I don't want to say raffle, but we'll use that website, and we'll get the commenter, whatever. I haven't done this in so long, it's like crazy. And then that unique commenter that gets selected, we'll take that name and I'll go back and I'll do the research to make sure that they've, shared us either, because some people have done it on Instagram, other people have done it on Facebook. So there's multiple differences going on as far as what media and what name or whatever. So we're going to do the research on our end, and if it proves out, we're good. If not, we're going to go on to the next individual to choose the correct, make sure everybody followed the rules, basically. And so again, lots of research on our part, but the benefit for us is already the likes or the subscribers on YouTube has been growing way faster than any other giveaway we've done because we've required the shares. So some people have said they're doing it, and I can tell already off the bat that they're not. So it shouldn't be too crazy, but we're definitely going to vet that out and make sure that the individual that is selected has done what they're supposed to do. And then if not, we're going to move right on to the next one. And when we announce, you more than likely won't know the difference. Hold on.
I'm just taking the.
It just, we did have one egg that went bad, and I kind of mentioned that, but that looks kind of cool.
different
Lots of
colors?
cool colors on there, lots of like fungi. So fun. Yeah, that's crazy right there. We've had eggs go bad, and they've not ever looked like that. Like zoomed in. Dude, that's like another world going on there. No, dude, Leon, not happening, bro. Definitely not happening. So, like, again,
Yeah, we're kind of in the medical
yeah, it's
field.
going to take a lot more beers. But again, when eggs go bad, it's not like a total panic scenario to pull that off of what the other eggs, so that like it doesn't automatically infect everything, right? So when you look at this, I mean, this clutch looks good. It's very isolated. I mean, that is ridiculous, but you can see it is very isolated. So just because an egg goes bad, and I've been watching this, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to infect your whole clutch. So, we'll typically treat stuff if it starts to jump off onto other eggs, and really start to look bad. But in this case, it was, I mean, that egg looks real bad. Actually, right now, it doesn't smell too bad.
It's kind of musty.
Yeah, a little musty, not crazy. I'm sure if I ripped that thing open, it would be disgusting, and that ain't gonna happen.
No.
So we'll pull that off, and that will get tossed.
We don't have enough fans running.
Oh,
to,
I got a great idea.
Might need to get.
have Dan eat it.
It might need to get opened. Leave it to the end.
Yeah, because it might have something in it. Who knows?
Well, I ain't gonna have anything live in it, but like we can take it to work and give it to a coworker. That'd be, yeah, I'll make a bunch of enemies that way. But I had a better idea. Maybe we can have Lisa cut that egg open.
That one? No, probably not.
No?
I'll cut it open.
That's disgusting.
I agree, Melina. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
I don't-
maybe that's your lucky clown.
I don't think I can take a picture here. But we got it on footage anyway. So I'm just like digging like that spot right there. Like that to me is just crazy. I've seen a lot of foul eggs, but shot glass and throw it back. Okay, Kai. Yeah, I don't think so. If you were here, what's up, Rick? Yeah, exactly. If you were here, we'd put it into 2 shot glasses. You'd have to go first, and we'd see what happened. But I probably still would like pussy out and not do that egg. That's definitely not my deal. Fear factor, not my thing.
Yeah,
Low
no.
protein, maybe.
But I think I'm gonna have to put eggs on for this going on. What's up, James? Welcome. Balls by JP. Welcome. Melina. Welcome. Mike M. Welcome. Whoo! Lots
Welcome,
of
everybody.
Lots of welcomes. I'm gonna turn this around to Matt, and I'm gonna put gloves on, and we're gonna pull that stuff apart. Yeah, chop chop.
Yeah, maybe you're
So-
lucky. Maybe your lucky clown's in there.
Maybe. So today is day 55. Wow, these are still pretty on there, pretty tight. There we go.
We'll save it.
All those nice little formed like balls or whatever popped. That almost looks like a really bad cheese.
Breakfast.
You want to lick it,
Mm-mm.
Dan?
Oh yeah.
Not yet. He hasn't had enough
Like,
beers.
You're good to look at it.
The bugs.
You're cleaning out the flies out of here. Well, were we gonna like?
Yeah, you might want to see if there's anything in it.
There's definitely not anything in it, and if there is, it ain't alive.
Because didn't Billy say that, it could be the possibility?
Even if it is, what are you gonna do with it?
I meant a possibility of being alive.
You know what? I'll put it there, and we'll
Save
if
it.
we want to cut it later, I'll glove back up, and we'll cut it later. Just to see what's in there. I can tell you right now, it's pretty much as dead can be.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's moving around.
No, not at all. This does feel pretty normal, though.
All right, clowns,
All
come
right.
on.
All right, so I'm going to let this sit here. We're going to take a few minutes. I want...
We have done some updates to the website. We haven't
Cheers.
added pictures of anything yet. But there is stuff up there. No prices yet either. Most
Nope.
of our stuff's up on Morph Market.
So what I would like everybody to do is take a couple minutes, comment down below or in the comments there, and just tell us if you think we're going to hit a clown in this clutch or we're going to strike out. That'd be interesting to see what everybody says and what we're going to do.
And don't be afraid to say strikeout because that's how we feel.
Yeah. So
Just gonna say.
so this pairing, this exact pairing, same girl, same boy, has been done past 2 years. This is year 3. It is a pastel lesser yellow belly het clown to a pastel clown. So by odds, we really should be hitting about 50% on the clown clutch. But then when you start adding the incomplete DOMs, it kind of changes that a little bit. So we're 5 eggs the first year, no clowns. 7 eggs year 2, no clowns. And this year we had 7 eggs, but with the one that went bad, we are looking at 6, and we'll see what happens. So
All right.
You do realize
So-
because you didn't bring me a beer that I can drink.
I've got beer right there.
That I can drink.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah.
you just jinxed yourself.
Oh.
I guess I'm fucked.
All right,
So
so
you're gonna cut the eggs?
so
Oh, cut the eggs. Well, then the first one, cut the eggs.
so Rick said, "Do not cut the that egg, or you're gonna
Just
throw
don't
up."
cut them like Matt.
Probably. That's why it'll be last.
Hey, I'm cutting better.
Mamacita's
all
cutting
right.
the eggs tonight.
All right, so Ballers is saying 2 clowns. Clark says
Clowns.
2 clowns.
Woo!
Landis is saying all clowns.
What?
Balls by JP says 2.
Damn.
LKB is saying 2. Cassandra says 3 of the 6. Rick is saying you're due to hit a clown.
I hope
Oh.
every single one of you guys are right.
Aqua Balls is saying hit 2 clowns, and one's mine. Never give up at least 1. You're gonna get a clown. Worst case 1, but I'm gonna say you're gonna get 3.
Woo!
Uh,
I like it. Odds are in my favor, I hope.
Rick is asking, did you make the het or buy it? We bought the het from Nerd.
Yeah. Bought the hat from Nerd. So
Um,
it's a pastel, lesser, yellow belly, het clown, purchased from Nerd, to a pastel clown visual, purchased from Eyeball. So neither one of these animals did I produce. And it's year 3, starting on egg 13.
Trav Da Sav says 3. Let's
Mike
see.
says half.
Balls of Paradise says 1. Camo Constrictor says 2.
Damn, I love the positivity, bro.
Mike is saying half of the
Half
clutch. Yeah. And then Aqua Balls is saying you should hit 3.
Woo!
So,
I love it. I
all
love
right.
it. So, why do we cut
I know. I've seen your video.
off the top?
I've seen your video.
All right, all right. She is a nurse, so I'm gonna not say another word and leave it all to her.
Nurse, and
I'm leaving my computer
nurse.
because I want to watch.
Ready?
Here we go.
Oh, you've seen the videos, huh?
I just don't want to hurt it.
That's why we cut on the top.
I am cutting on the top.
And what do we hit?
No, it's not.
Oh, that
I can't. no,
side
no,
pattern
no,
from
no.
over here looks kind of crazy.
Yep, a little bit that way. A lot more that way, and a lot more that way.
Yeah,
Better view over at my computer.
yeah, I know, right?
The weight is killing me.
You might
It looks like a
be.
Pastel
super
lesser.
pastel. Maybe a pastel lesser.
Pastel lesser or super pastel lesser?
I want you to cut more.
That's right.
Terry saying clown?
Mike?
Oh.
Nope, not clown. So pastel lesser,
Super.
super pastel lesser. Yeah, probably super pastel lesser. Maybe some yellow belly in here. I see some speckling down by the belly.
Yep.
So we'll
So
see. That will be available.
Strike one.
Yeah. You're gonna continue to cut?
I can try.
All right. I like the
Guarantee.
positive attitude.
She's so excited. I wish I can get my wife that excited about snake eggs.
Oh, nicely done. Roll that. Oh, look at that. That's the technique I use. Now, that's definitely super pastel right there by itself. No clown in that, no lesser. Maybe super pastel yellow belly. We'll have to see it when it comes out, but that is definitely a really nice super pastel.
Yeah, looks good. A lot of good coloring. Hey, Jim, you're butchering the egg like I used to
Yeah, I'm trying to see that belly. Yeah, no, at least super pastel.
do. You pulled a Matt move.
I sure did. And here we go again. Egg number 3. Starting to get my doubts. Oh, great cut. Pastel animal. So pastel. Yeah, I don't even see yellow belly in that. That is a
just straight out
solid.
pastel.
Yeah, really nice looking pastel. It's not looking good, guys.
Guess I'm not bringing you good luck.
Dude, at this point, I don't think it has anything to do with you.
That's probably what it was right in there.
Well, we should have hit way more than that. I'm gonna go downstairs. Y'all can finish cutting my squash. I'm just gonna drink a bunch of beer and get drunk.
That egg stinks. Not the one that she's cutting, but
3
the
years of dude, great cut. Nicely done.
normal. Maybe
Yeah, that's a normal. It can't. Well, it's. I don't even think that's a yellow belly, to be honest. Yeah. You all right over there?
somebody said they're hammering Keystone.
Nah. I gotta hammer something because this is just not making
I'll
me
let you
very
do the
happy.
next two.
It's not gonna matter.
What's next as far as egg cutting? This is actually our last clutch until we get more eggs to drop.
Oh yeah, we have 5 girls that are either. I don't need this. We got 5 girls that one has ovulated, shed, and about to drop. We have 1 that's ovulated, and 3 more that are definitely gonna go.
Currently, Jim and I are drinking
Seriously?
a clown shoe.
Super pastel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clown shoe
There's-
pecan pie porter or stout.
definitely
Porter.
no clowns in this clutch.
So
I'm gonna have to have that conversation
Position
that I
with
just
nerd.
don't want to have.
What you drinking, Jim?
I just told
Clown
him
shoes.
Grape juice.
grape juice. And not a clown.
Definitely not a clown.
A lesser.
So lesser, maybe past. Get that off. Lesser, pastel, lesser. Great looking animals. They all look really healthy. They have a good start on color.
Cut the nasty egg.
You got a mask?
That'll be the funniest, the most exciting part of the whole thing.
Yeah, so I would say she is proven to be not
Not
clown.
3 years.
Now the question is she for sale?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I had her worked into the clown project this year, hoping that she would prove.
You don't have to stay up here, Lisa, if you're afraid of what it's gonna smell like.
It's not going to be anything. It's all like hard crap inside.
And it's gonna stink. Yep, just yolk.
Alien.
So this like never developed at all. There was nothing ever in there.
It's a clown. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that smells really nice.
No,
You want to smell it?
I'm good.
I think there's smell-o-vision. You want to try it?
Here,
I
guys.
have a head
See,
injury. I'm
see if you can smell.
impervious.
Smell.
You won't be able to smell it anyway.
Now you have to bring that out.
Yeah, that trash will go out. Well, there you have it. So 3 again continues to be the bane of my existence. No matter what I can do, I guess by purchases, I can't make a clown. However,
Are you even trying to make clown this year?
what?
I know you're doing a lot of double het pairings.
I'm definitely making clowns this year.
Okay.
I have 8 clown pairings, 4 of them which should produce visuals. So we definitely got some clown stuff on the agenda that I've produced, the girls, and they're gonna breed, and
You will get
I should get clowns this year. However, unfortunately, from everything that I've produced, it's either not gone or not proved out. Dude, that's rough, bro.
Yeah, and Rick said that's what sucks about getting snakes from big facilities. It's easy for employees to mess up and send the wrong animal.
Yep, absolutely, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And in talking to Nerd along the way, like I was directly in contact with him immediately after we cut the first clutch, and explained that exactly what happened. We didn't hit any visuals, and then year 2 we didn't hit any visuals, and they said like, well, maybe it's just crappy odds. Year 3 we'll see what happens. And luckily enough, she went this year, and I got eggs, and she produced again no visuals. So to a visual male, 1 out of 19 eggs, I definitively 18 eggs.
8.
I should have produced a visual clown in some form or another. So we will be in touch with them shortly, see what happens. We had talked about working something out last year, and so I fully expect that that'll still happen. So whether it's a yellow belly clown or a lesser clown female or something, who knows?
Ballers is saying he bets it's het clown or bet it's het pied.
Who knows? It could be het anything. It could be het exanthic. It could be het.
Nerd line.
It could be het turmoil, which is a whole nother gene that doesn't exist. Anyway, it could be, and for that that point in the example, it could be really just about anything for that matter, and it could take you years to figure it out by pairing all different hets to it.
Now the question is what is a fair comparison of bringing her up for 2 years, breeding her for 3?
That's kind of a hard number to hit because everything other than, well, I've kept some animals, right? So you have to equate those into the monetary figure. So the first season I kept I had a couple super pastel yellow belly het clown females, and then year 2 I kept a super pastel lesser yellow belly het clown male, which is growing up. This year it really doesn't matter what's in there. I've hit the max of everything. So, and then I've sold stuff, right? So I've had the stuff I've held. I've had the stuff I've sold. They equate to something. But again, the goal of pairing visual to a het is to produce visuals which equate to more. And not having had an opportunity to produce that, it's tough. I don't know. I probably won't be very excited about just a visual clown female. And not that much more excited about a pastel clown female, but any other combo clown female will kind of make me happy, even if it is a hatchling and I have to grow it out, because it'll add to the arsenal. And I have no reason to believe that they won't work with me. They've been communicative and have spoken to me about this issue back and forth every year to this point. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not concerned at all at this point, and we've been very vocal about where we are with our clown project and where it's gone and the communication process. So I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about it. But anyway, yeah, that's my clown game, baby. But this year it's changing. I'm telling you, you got to watch. We have 8, I'll say 8 clown pairings coming this season, with either animals that most of the animals are animals that I've produced from that, or are visuals or whatever. So there's going to be some clowns on the ground.
Yeah, Rick says, to comment on what you were commenting on about the working with Nerd, he says, but it still puts you years behind. I would ask for at least 3 visual clown combos, one for each year you missed.
So good input, and it actually adds a little bit of arsenal to the conversation, if you will, or exuberance, or huh?
The food and the time you put
Yeah,
in.
yeah, all that stuff. You know, because again, the goal of pairing to a het is to produce visuals and to be
Skunked.
year 3 and not have any visuals that I've produced. And so what I've done to this point, and I probably won't even do this year. So first year I whiffed and didn't hit any visuals. I went to Justin and I bought an inchy clown. Female. By no chance is that cheap. Year 2, I whiffed. I went to AEP. I went to Miguel and said, dude, like, I need a visual clown. And we picked up a pastel spot nose clown that is, and I firmly believe she'll prove yellow belly based on the way she looks. Spent even more money that year to fulfill that slot of what I should have produced. But this year, I'm not buying another clown girl. So it's going to be up to Nerd to
Make good.
step up and make it right, if you will. So we'll see, and we'll see what that means. I'm going to go back and forth with them, and like a lesser yellow belly clown would be nice. A yellow belly clown I would still be happy with. I don't know. I got a lot of dialogue to do, a lot of back and forth. We'll see. But again, that's the cutting. One of the other things that I did want to talk about this video a little bit was Tinley. Rick was there. He was set up. He has a great table. If any of you guys go out to Tinley and you have a chance to swing by Rick Schlosser's table, definitely do that. For year 1, Dan, first year at Tinley, right?
Yep.
What'd you think of Tinley? Your first year at Tinley, what'd you think of Tinley?
It was nice. Actually,
Nice?
all right.
Okay.
It was nice.
Your descriptive features and my descriptive features
Well, when
of
you're
what
working
Tinley...
it, it's different.
That's true. I
had a different. Thank you. I had a different
experience.
perspective.
Yeah, right.
I was working it.
As Jim was out partying with everybody.
I'm not working it. Definitely. Well, I was working it a different way, just not behind a table.
Jim was twerking.
It was
different.
Yeah. Actually, there were 2 additional rooms I did not get a chance to even step into. So it was a great event. I come from a different industry, which is a fishing industry, for my main job, and one of the type of things I can relate that to is iCast, and same idea. It takes you 3 days to do that show.
Yeah.
Same idea like this. If you really want to appreciate this, you need multiple days.
Yeah, and they expanded big time this year. So in years past, they've had the main floor, and that's pretty much where everybody was. Now, I didn't go there in March. I heard March was like kind of blown out and way bigger than it normally is. But this year, October, I went, and not only there was their main floor, but like there was all these rooms that had, I don't know, 6 to 8, different vendor tables in. down this hallway, which I think there was like 3 or 4 of those. So there's, there's a whole massive other area of vendors that you can go see that. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting big beyond its means, and there wasn't a lot of marketing, if you will, for those rooms. I think there was.
One
They
announcement. I only
verbalized.
heard one announcement.
Yeah, announcement, maybe 2. And again, we weren't there all day long, so there could have been more. But for their fair shake,
Saturday alone, you could not walk. Like
It was
Saturday,
crazy.
trying to leave a booth to go to the bathroom that was 2 minutes away
right,
took you
10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to.
And
Yep.
I think Brian Cuscos, he said something too where he walked away from the booth to go to the bathroom. That's the only time you really got away to really like see the show.
Yeah.
And he goes, same thing. I go out there and it took me forever to get back to the booth, and that's just because of the crowd.
Right.
Because it was that.
Elbow room only.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus-
you get stuck in the aisle, like where you would normally walk, and you would just stand there,
Yep.
like for minutes and minutes and minutes on end, because there was just so many bodies in that aisle, which is great. And what that really means for anybody that's a breeder that's starting to get into this industry, if you're listening to the people that are telling you that, like, oh, the market is washed up, there's nowhere to go, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, you gotta get it out, it's a lost cause, they're full of shit. Because this market is growing and expanding like mad. If you have a short little bit of fortitude and you can kind of plan your pairings and like lay things out over a 2, 3, or 4 year process of goals where you want to be to, you're going to blow the lid off of stuff, because I'd say half of the people in the industry can't even do that. So if you can plan some pairings and work a direction that somebody's not working, do a little research. This market is huge and it's growing like wildfire. I mean, last year we went, and Saturday is usually the busiest day, but we didn't have that much problem walking around.
No, this year was almost unenjoyable. It was so crowded.
Yeah, Saturday was crazy. Like, I had my camera, it was all ready to go. I wanted to vlog, I wanted to do all that stuff, but I couldn't even get to the table.
I messaged you at one point and thought you guys were still there, and you guys were out to lunch because you needed a break.
You get so frustrated with like the volumes of people.
You can't even get to the tables because
You
there's
can't
just so much.
can't
and
see
people
the
are
snakes
pushing
on, like
you
you're
and-
tiptoeing over shoulders to see stuff. Like, I was done.
Yeah.
Like,
Which-
I was done.
At a different perspective, it's a great thing because you want the people there, like a
Right.
vendor, you
Abs-
want people.
Absolutely. All that means is that it's growing exponentially, because it wasn't near that big last year.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. I'm excited about where it's going.
Yeah, and Rick said that the March show going forward is going to be the same size as October.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's and again, that is, for probably the Python show of the 48 states is Tinley. Like, if you're looking for pythons, you go to Tinley, you're going to find pythons. And probably of all the pythons, probably 50% of them are ball pythons. But there's other stuff there, and then outside of that, what that works out to be 65% of everything there. You're going to find there's some insects, although there was less
I didn't see as many spiders.
insects and spiders this year and stuff. So it's good.
Although it might have been at the end, which we didn't really go to because you didn't see anything. There
Yeah,
wasn't a lot of
that-
snakes down there,
that-
which is fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Less
she hates
spiders.
spiders.
Less spiders, the
But
better.
again, them blowing out, like, because they used to cut March in half with some dividers, and it was really kind of cut down as far as volumes of vendors and everything. So for them to open it up to the same size, that's just the preliminary show that the market, the reptile market, not just ball python, but reptile market, is growing like wildfire, and it's great to see. It's exciting. It should put a fire under everybody's ass to kind of do their thing and figure out a direction they want to go and start breed and work your niche, work your thing. But anyway,
Yeah,
I'm just rambling right now.
Marshall Law Morph said that they hope they figure out a better way to do the extra rooms. They felt bad for him because it was so far from the main
We
convention
never
center.
got in there.
I agree.
We never
And
went.
then
I must have walked by them like 3 or 4 times and didn't feel that I had the time to go in and spend and give the time to them. And what I really feel bad about is not because they were tucked in there, but the people that were tucked in there were people that were previously on the main floor. And that just kind of sucks because like if you've had a main floor table and you've been there years and putting your time in and stuff changes and you get tucked in the corner, not only do you feel bad and you don't get the people through the door is a huge part of a show.
right, the marketing.
And I feel that same thing because like at White Plains, I would love to be on the main floor all the time because the amount of people that go by your table is so greater. There's so many more people that go by your table out there, and we're stuck in this annex that most people just walk by and they don't even realize there's other stuff in there. It's the kind of the same thing out there. The difference is I never had a main table before.
Yeah.
So there were several vendors that were in these rooms that I'd gone there last year and they had main floor tables and somehow they got hosed into
And they
these
put into
rooms.
it.
And
Yeah.
and to me that's just a load of crap. There was a lot of that stuff kind of going on and I don't pretend to know to get into like all the politics of like who gets what table, but
Yeah.
and again, even people that were on the main floor, there were people in the center aisles that had full pipe and drape backdrops, and then all of a sudden they're on the outside wall, and they're behind like all this other stuff, and like people can't see them, and
Well,
who knows?
this is what Rick said. The problem is people put off to the last minute to book their table. They don't hold tables for anyone, and there are hundreds of people on the waiting list wanting a table.
Yep.
And that's also something that was noticeable at this show too. There was people walking in and never attended Tinley before. This was the first time they were at this show, and they already have March tables. There's people that
Well,
I personally
You
know
know,
from
if-
Connecticut that came down and they have tables for March because they went down and they were registering and
They bought ahead.
They bought.
and you know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, if you're planning your business and you're that far ahead of things, good for you. And like if you're gonna drag your feet, tough shit. Because
Chicago.
like I've been on the back end of that. Like there's a show in New Hampshire that we do from time to time, and for the most part, we could call them within 2, 3, 4 weeks and get a table.
Used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah,
But
now
again,
it's sold
the
out.
market is growing, and it's growing quick. So this last time we went, we got a tag team on Dan's table because he was smart. He planned ahead. He bought the table, and I figured it would be the same as every other one. And it wasn't. Like, I called the guy, and I said, hey, like, I want to get a table. He's like, yeah, you're fucking screwed because I don't have any tables for you. And I was like,
Oh.
thanks. So Dan was nice enough, and his production level was at a point where, good for him, he sold all this stuff in the beginning half of the year. So we were able to, split the table with him and go in that show still. But that just shows you, and it shows me that like the market is there.
Yeah.
Like the people that say that it's dying, the sky's falling, and no, it's not. It's just that you can't plan your pairings accordingly to make something out of it, and you're screwing yourself. So
And Rick says if you want a room in the hotel, you got to book 11 months ahead.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the second week of October. I think the week we came back, I booked in the same hotel that I went to, I probably could have snagged a room there. I don't know why I ever do. I don't even know what the price is at that hotel compared to what we do, but we like our hotel. It's clean. It's easy. I have easy in and out. Like I can sneak my bins in. I can set up my animals. I don't have to worry about people like, hey, you can't have reptiles in here. It's illegal. It's against the law. I don't have to worry about any of that. Like it's easy in, easy out. It's a non-issue. I think the Holiday Inn where the show is set is probably accustomed to a lot of people there having animals and being up in the room, so that probably wouldn't be an issue there
which
either.
show?
But
Which show? New Hampshire?
No,
Tinley.
Tinley.
Oh,
the
Tinley.
Holiday Inn there.
Yeah, so Holiday Inn is attached to the main convention center. We are kind of across the street, maybe a 2-minute ride without the light, 3 or 4 minutes with the light.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 or 6 hotels over there, and that's typically where we stay. And we've used a couple other ones, and they're just not ones we like. So the one we're at, I just kind of
clean.
rebook
I like
because
clean.
You already
if
rebooked it.
Mama's happy,
Gotta be clean.
we're all happy. So if she's going to drive out there with me and drive part of the way, we got to make sure she's happy. So that works, and I'm not really excited about changing that up and it not being good. And we're not that far. It's not like we're a B&B up the street. I know some guys do the B&B stuff and they all split it and it works for them. And I'm sure if they all ended up there at the same time, it'd be a blast. I know a couple of years ago we did the round table, the breeder round table that's on our website or our YouTube channel. And that was a lot of fun, but that was at a B&B. There was a bunch of people that were staying there. Everybody ended up back there and we did that whole round table thing, and it was a blast to be a part of. But yeah, it's hotels right across the street for me, nice and easy. I can squirt over, I can squirt back, I can do whatever.
Yeah, and I know I said I'm going to try to hit up Tinley next year, but another show that I'm also going to try to hit up next year also is the Sacramento Reptile Expo in
Sac
California.
Show.
Yeah, my parents literally live probably about 40 minutes away, so
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to time that. Make
Yeah.
that happen. And then
Yep.
for us, we just started talking. I'm not going to go too much into it, but we're looking like Arlington in February may happen. So that would be great. I've never been to Arlington before. I don't think either one of us have been to that part of
It's like
Texas.
Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, that's my birthday gift.
That too.
That'd be awesome. So it looks like that may pan out. We're pricing out tickets for airlines and that kind of stuff, and all that jazz. I already put in for work for the time off, and it's approved. So like my time off is there. So it looks like Arlington will be a deal, and we'll kind of make it happen. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
yeah, Rick says the next time you guys go out to Tinley, you guys should definitely do the round table again. You just get a whole bunch of different people and start.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And to get everybody's perspective, all in the same room, and just talk to a bunch of people. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That was, I think it's like an hour and 10 minutes. It's if you go back about a year or so, on our YouTube channel, you'll see that it's a great listen. There's a ton of information in there, and I'll have to start. Once we start getting a little closer, I'll have to start, dropping notes into different people to make that happen. But yeah, I agree, Rick. I mean, it was a good time, good information, and I definitely think we should do that again. And hopefully be able to kind of change up who was in there to get, again, a bunch of different perspectives of, whatever topics come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was really no agenda with that at all. I just kind of like,
Just happened.
yeah, kind of a one-off. It was good. Yeah, I definitely need a couple more drinks. And I do. After that clutch, I definitely do. Probably going to call it here. Thank you, everybody, for dialing in tonight, taking a little bit of time out of your busy week night. Really appreciated. We're going to be a while out before we do a live cutting again.
Yeah.
Once we get eggs on the ground and stuff. But we'll definitely going to be on Instagram. We're going to start doing the video and editing stuff, which we've already kind of started doing, and kind of getting back into that routine. If there's anything that you guys see or know that you want to see, maybe let us know. Put a comment in the description down below, and we'll try to build some content around that if we can, if we have that capability.
Some of your pronunciations are a little
Yeah,
a little alcoholized.
enunciations are not
Beer
a
number,
not
beer
a,
number what? 4?
yeah, 4 number
Do that
4,
too.
and they're all big beers. So yeah, it's this is definitely a Rick Slosher beer. There's not even any head on it
We
left
still
anymore.
need to do that for him.
Oh well, I'm gonna be putting it together. I told him I would.
You
It's
just
gonna
gotta get
happen.
me some beer so I could drink with you and like, you know.
Oh, we'll do it. So I don't know if Rick was dialed in the beginning, but this is the Huntsman. Not a big beer by any means, but a really good beer. This Relic Brewing is a local beer brewery that does a really good job on a lot of their stuff. There's very few that they brew that are repetitive. This is one. They do a ton of like one-offs, and they brew in you can't keep up with the names. It's crazy.
That other one would probably be a Rick beer too.
But this, no, it's not. It's not a
No?
stout. He won't do it. So Clown Shoes. This was purchased for this evening. Hoping to encourage the clown game, which was an epic fail. But this is a double IPA for sure. Backwoods Bastard is a bourbon barrel aged Scotch ale. So this is a dark red amber ale that Matt has polished off, which is a rare occurrence. Usually there's
I haven't had one of those yet.
whatever. There's still usually a 40% left in the bottom of your glass, which you didn't do with whatever that was. So
That was
this is a favorite.
that was the pecan pie.
Oh, okay. So this is a favorite for me.
And that was split in half.
That's why he finished it, because it wasn't even a full beer.
But he's still gotta drive home.
Well, he's got to climb up to the room with a glass to take a drink, and it's just more effort. So with half a
just
glass,
left letter for
he
it.
tends to get that done a little
It was
faster.
a short pour.
No pun intended. Sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. It was a little loud for you guys. I totally apologize. Anyway, crank it up, crank it up.
You need a laugh right now. Jim, why so serious?
I'm so serious. It's because I left the clown game at home. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. This was, even though it was a failure, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we were able to share some beer and some stories and some Tinley with you. We definitely did not get to share any clowns with you. I almost wore my Halloween clown mask, but it was going to be hot. Yeah, it would have been detrimental to my health, and we had no benefit for doing it. Anyway,
On a positive,
next year it will be crazy.
on a positive note, at least we got a cool snake that came in today.
We did.
Yeah.
And if you didn't see it, well, that means you have to go back to the beginning, start this video over, and watch it again. We spent multiple thousands of dollars on this animal, which is crazy, and is almost, well, we popped him. He's a sub-adult. Popped him, got plugs, gonna breed as soon as he's out of quarantine, and it's gonna be nuts. That project is going to be off the chain this coming season. So I totally encourage you, if you missed the beginning of this video, once it loads out, which should be in the next 20, 30 minutes, definitely go back and watch that again and see what we're talking about. Thousands upon thousands of dollars spent on this animal. It's crazy. You laugh. It's true.
Yeah.
It's the most money we've spent out of this
Facility.
on a single individual animal.
Yep.
What's so funny? You're hiding behind the light like you're...
The camera's got her.
He doesn't want me on camera.
Who doesn't want you on camera?
Yeah.
You're on camera.
Why?
You've been on this whole time. It's widescreen.
You got me
Oh, you
covered
put it on
with
wide?
this. No, you got me covered by this.
No.
How obvious it
Mm-mm.
was.
Mm-mm.
You hope it was. That's why you-
She's gonna go back and watch
Because
this.
I was watching the video over there, and I'm half my
Look at
face.
it. He doesn't have
Now
your
it
face.
is.
It's your
No,
whole face.
you've been in
He's
the
been like that the
video.
whole time.
The only time you haven't is when I go and point to Dan.
Anyway. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. We really appreciate it. Thanks for your support. We are starting to crank on not so much subscribers, but watch time. So thank you very much
Next
for
show coming up.
going
Oh.
back and watching those videos. Really appreciate it. We do have another show. It's our last show of the season coming up. It is the 6th or
10th.
10th. So
Yeah.
11, 10.
10.
It is the super show in
White
White
Plains.
Plains, New York. And we'll have the same table off in the side that nobody will ever come see, but we'll be there anyway. So it's all about here, right? It's just messing with you. So thanks again, anybody. We'll see you guys on 11/10 or on the next video, which will be before that.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.